What's going on, guys? My name is Arjun and welcome back to my channel. When I first started learning more about investing, the best thing that I did was read all of Warren Buffett's annual letters for Berkshire Hathaway. Now, just this weekend, he released his most recent one for 2020. He has been writing annual letters for years, and there's so much valuable information in all of these letters. I definitely recommend reading these letters if you're interested in investing, because Warren Buffett has been around for so many major stock market events and he's seen it all. In today's video, I wanted to share some of my favorite quotes and lessons that I learned from his annual letters. So first, in his 1988 annual letter, he said, "Our favorite holding period is forever. We are just the opposite of those who hurry to sell and book profits when companies perform well, but who tenaciously hang on to businesses that disappoint. Peter Lynch aptly likens such behavior to cutting the flowers and watering the weeds." So this quote gave me a couple of important lessons, and here are the things that I took away from it. People often have the wrong time horizon when looking for investments. People typically want instant gratification and a profit right away, and Warren Buffett would argue that's not the best way to approach investing. You should have a 5, 10, 15-year time horizon for investing. The second thing that I took away from this is that it's important to let go of your losers and hold on to your winners, and not vice versa. A lot of people will try to hold on to their losing investments and sell their winning investments to subsidize the losses. And this is the wrong approach. You should be holding on to the stocks that are doing well and your winning investments and eliminating those losing investments from your portfolio. The second quote is from the 1987 annual letter. The quote is, "Without fail, Mr. Market appears daily and names a price at which he will either buy your interest or sell you his. Sad to say, the poor fellow has incurable emotional problems." So what I took away from this is that emotions are the #1 enemy of investors. And I've said this in the past, but it's so true. And you should also be willing to ignore the short-term price volatility of the stock market, because the businesses aren't changing that much. It's really Mr. Market, as Warren Buffett puts it, that's changing constantly. The third quote is from the 1996 annual letter that Warren Buffett wrote. He said, "Your goal as an investor should simply be to purchase at a rational price a part interest in an easily understandable business whose earnings are virtually certain to be materially higher 5, 10, and 20 years from now." So a few things that I took away from this. First is that price matters. The price at which you buy a good company is very important, because you can buy a great company, but if you buy it at the wrong price, you'll end up losing money on the investment. The second thing is that you should be looking for easily understandable businesses. And this ties into the last part of the quote, which talks about knowing that it's virtually certain that a company's earnings will be higher 5, 10, and 20 years from now. How can you do that if you can't understand what the company does? That's why Warren Buffett, and I also truly believe this, that you should be looking for companies that are easy for you to understand and that you have some background knowledge in. Because if you don't understand anything about your investment, it's going to be very difficult to know whether or not that company is going to be growing their earnings in the future. And it's going to be very difficult for you to avoid emotionally panicking and selling your stock when Mr. Market begins to go against you and that stock price goes down. I have learned so much from reading Warren Buffett's letters, and every single letter has a treasure trove of knowledge for you to look at. All of his letters that he's written for Berkshire Hathaway are available on his website. I'll link that in the description. I definitely recommend at least taking a look at some of the letters, if not reading all of them. If you're just getting started with investing, this is a great way for you to learn more about the different aspects of investing, and a great person for you to follow in investing, as Warren Buffett has one of the best track records in history. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it and want to learn more about business and investing, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and let's head on over to the next video.